Sweet friends, I want to start the day off with some mirror talk. Wanna know why? Because we're going to go over something. You see how that, you see this? You see this? You see how loose that is? Right? Y'all see that? I can pull this over, all the way down over my stomach. Even part of my butt. Okay? As I said, we gotta show what we looking like. Okay? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Now let's see what else we got going on. You see this? This is what else we got going on the sugar diet. Okay? On the sugar diet. You see that? These are leggings. They're fitted. They're supposed to fit on you tight. They're not fitting on me tight. Y'all see that? They're over my butt. Over. Let's really talk about it, y'all. Let's really talk about it. Over. Over my butt. Not at my butt. Not below my butt. They're over. You see that? Like, let's really talk about it. Let's really talk about it, y'all. Let's really get into talking about it. Look. The looseness. Where it's at. Where it's at. Where it's at. Y'all see that? I mean, it's obvious. Right? I mean, let's really just talk about it, y'all. Let's really talk about it. Let's talk about results, y'all. Because that's what this whole purpose of this whole sugar thing was results, right? Which I'm obviously getting. I'm obviously getting results. You can see it in the comments. My weigh-ins is results. My inches is results. You feel me? My clothes is results. All of that stuff is results. I mean, let's talk about it, y'all. Because I'm not quitting the sugar diet. I love the sugar diet. And I think it's amazing. Sugar fasting? Sometimes maybe. That's not my get down. But I love me a smoothie. I love some orange juice. I love fruit bowls. I love all of that. I love maple syrup. I love all of that. I'm not about to get rid of that. Adding in protein, wonderful. Adding in vegetables, wonderful. Adding in starch, wonderful. Because that's what the sugar diet initially was anyway. And you still get results anyway. And are they rapid? They rapid enough. Look at how even this, like, come on, man. I feel like Durian Ryder. You know how he'd be like, like, oh, do you see it though? I'm just saying, like, do you see what I'm saying though? Like, let's really just look. Let's just really just look, y'all. This is me slimming down. This is me slimming down in my clothes, getting loose, as they should, because I've been focused and I've been consistent, right? So that's what I want to talk about today. My focus and my consistency is all due to being happy in my diet. Mental health plays a major part in your weight loss journey. So let's get into it. But we had to get into this first. We had to let's just do it one more time. We gonna do it one more time, y'all. Okay? Because I don't think y'all see how happy I am about this. I mean, ouch. Man, really? I was like, huh? Put these pants on? I'm not struggling. I'm not, and they just come right on and they still loose. They loose in the stomach. Like, man, come on. One thing I know for sure, the sugar diet work. And can't nobody tell me no different. The sugar diet works. Sugar fasting works too, but that's a short-term thing. I can't see anybody doing that longer than 7 days, and that's a lot right there. The sugar diet, yeah, I'm not leaving it. Everybody else can leave it, but I stick with what works. Like I said, I give everything 2 months. If it works well and I'm happy and it's something I can sustain and it's consistent, I'm sticking with it. So people can jump the ship, they can jump the train, they can do whatever they want. But me right here, I'm on that sugar diet. I'm on that sugar diet, y'all. And like I said, if it stops working, then I'll jump off the sugar train with y'all. Whoever decides to jump off. But until it stops working, like what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sugar diet is where it's at. I mean, my clothes is loose. Not, I mean, here, I was able to pull this. Usually I have to wear this like this. I always have to wear this like this. I could never just pull it over my stomach. It was always here. Because my butt and my stomach. But now, I mean, I can pull it over my stomach. Like, I'm just saying. And over my butt too. Really. I can pull it all the way down. I mean, come on. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on with it. Come on with it, sugar diet. Come on with it, sugar diet. Sugar diet. Yes, I'm on the sugar diet. And I'm loving it. Now, let's get into Taco Tuesday from yesterday. And I also made asparagus. Thanks for that tip. Somebody told me asparagus helps with the inflammation. Appreciate that. And then we're going to talk about mental health on the sugar diet. My personal mental health on the sugar diet. Yeah, it had been a while since I actually got in front of that mirror, y'all. But this morning, when I got in front of that mirror and put my clothes on in front of that mirror, I was like, yeah, it's sugar diet for me. It's sugar diet for me. It's sugar diet for me until it don't work. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broke, you got to find something else. You got to fix it, repair it, or just move on and get another one. But this one right here, the sugar diet, yeah, I ain't going nowhere right now. We're going to stick with this and just roll with it. Because yesterday, for breakfast, I had asparagus. The asparagus that I'm about to show y'all. And then I had a smoothie with 2 bananas, pineapple juice, mango, strawberries, all of that. And then dinner I had tacos. Yeah. I had 5 of them things too. And y'all see my calories and y'all see my fat grams. Okay, my fat was over 2 grams. It wasn't 10, it was 12 yesterday. Or maybe it was 14, whatever, I don't care. It wasn't that much over. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it to 10, but yesterday, it didn't happen. Shoot. Day before, that's what I'm saying. I think day before I was less than yesterday. Like, yesterday was less than the day before, and the day before was less. So I'm going back down to 10, and I'm likely going to have probably a lot less today because I'm not even going to eat meat every day if I don't want to. Like, if it's whatever I want to make, whatever I want to cook. And right now, I'm kind of craving potatoes. So I'm roasting some potatoes right now. So that's what I'm having. But let's get into my little asparagus that I made. It was very good. I'm finally making this. I'm finally making these asparagus. I'm going to steam them. It said 5 to 10 minutes to steam them. Smash down enough, as long as the top can go on. That works. Steaming it with my vegetable broth here. And they is good because I don't like mushy. And I want them to still be crisp. So that's good for me. I'm about to tear these up. Somebody said this is good for inflammation. They soft enough to eat, but they not mushy. Put a little salt and pepper and we got it. And it's simple, y'all. We about to eat this. Nice little snack. So, the asparagus was on point, guys. Really good. I loved it. It was tasty. Can't say nothing bad about it. I've never really been like an asparagus person because I never liked how mushy it be sometimes when people make it. But the way I steamed it, it was perfect. It was crisp. It was good. So, yeah. Then let's get into Taco Tuesday because Taco Tuesday was on point. My kids loved it. And the ground turkey, the 99% ground turkey is very, very good. Very good. I hooked that up. Okay, and yes, I had guacamole on it. That was my fat grams. That meat was like 2 grams of fat for 5 tacos worth of meat, and the taco shells was like 2 grams of fat. So primarily, all my fat came from that meal, except bananas. Like when I had my bananas, I think that smoothie had some fat in it too. I don't know. I'm not like breaking down each meal. I mean, my tracker is, but I don't put all of that on the post. I just put like pretty much the stats of the day. But let's get into these tacos though. The broth I was just using to steam the asparagus, I'm going to go ahead and use it and cook the tacos. So I'm going to put my ground turkey in here. This is 1 gram per serving of fat. And this is a total of 4 grams if you ate this whole packet of ground turkey. So I put a little bit of this, and I'm gonna put this. It's starting to come together nice. It's starting to cook up. So I'm gonna put the taco seasoning in once I see there's no pink in the meat no more, and then go from there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let that simmer up. You can see it's all cooked up. Meat's cooked. So now we're just gonna let the seasoning simmer in with it with the broth so it has a good flavor. While the meat is cooking, I'm going ahead and cooking these tortillas just on dry heat, dry pan, no oil. Okay, so this is pretty much almost done. Just letting that broth cook out and cooking my shells. My favorite salsa I'm about to put on there. I used 1 tablespoon of this, and this is 4 grams for 2 tablespoons, and I only have 1, so that's 2 grams. First, we know I'm gonna put lettuce on it. So this is how it looks. I put the guacamole on first, lettuce on second. I'll put the meat and then the salsa and lemon juice. Here's how we looking. Last touch is my lemon juice. So this total is 2, 3, 4, 5 grams of carbs for this meal. Now, is it good? Absolutely. So them tacos was off the hook, y'all. Very good. I suggest y'all try the recipe. I think I put in there, yeah, I showed y'all what meat it was, but I'm sure they may have, if they don't have that brand, they may have something similar by you. I'm not really for sure. But next up is mental health on the sugar diet. What has my journey been on the sugar diet? What has my journey been like this year, period? Okay. I saw some pictures of myself the first time I lost weight, or was the first time I was on a weight loss journey. I saw photos, like it popped back up on my phone from 20 and 21 of the year of these 2020 and 2021 when I was during COVID. And I looked and I said, my goodness, girl, why did you stop and go backward? Because I couldn't sustain doing 2 hours of exercise a day, and I couldn't sustain the diet. I think I was doing low carb, but it would make me want sugar. And then I was eating those keto snacks and stuff like that, but that also affected my skin because I think it had so many chemicals in it that it was triggering me. Like, my skin is even clearing up, y'all. My skin is clearing up. Like, my skin is clearing up. There's nothing bad I can say about the sugar diet at all. And I couldn't even say nothing bad about sugar fasting either. I feel like it was just the mental health portion of this that I need to discuss. So, first of all, I started this journey in January of this year, the 20th. And I said, I must do intermittent fasting because I kept seeing so many people doing it, which it worked well, but my diet was trash still. Like, I had eliminated gluten and I had eliminated dairy, but I was looking for all the alternatives, like all the alternatives to what I could have. But those things are full of like junk. You know what I mean? They have a bunch of chemicals, they have a bunch of preservatives, additives, artificial stuff. So I'm still eating that, even though I'm intermittent fasting, I'm still eating that. And so then I realized, okay, this isn't working because I'm intermittent fasting, but when I'm eating, I'm still not eating great. Like, I'm getting better. Like, I'm improving, because that was the whole point. Like, I improved. Like, I cut the gluten, I cut the dairy, but what I was eating was not, frozen foods, they're full of frozen foods, frozen prepared meals are full of all kind of stuff, y'all. Sodium, everything. So instead of like trying to correct my diet, right, I said, you know what, I'm about to just start fasting longer, because I found a healthy alternative, which was a fasting YouTube channel. And I said, you know what, I think I can fast longer than 16 hours a day, because that's what I was doing. I was fasting for 16 hours. So I started doing like 18 hours, and then like OMAD, and then 24 hours, and then 48 hours, 72 hours, 100 hours. Dry fasting too, no water, no food. And it was working. And I went even vegan. Like, I was like, I'm not going to eat meat. So I was like having tofu when I actually did do my refeeds. I wasn't even eating meat at this point. This was like March. I said I'm not about to eat meat because I was like, I don't need to eat meat. I'm just going to try to stay on some vegan hype on the outside of my fasting days. So unhappy. So unhappy. Very mean person during fasting times. Very mean. Very, 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 very mean. Not intentionally mean, but just snappy, and I don't like that. I'm a nice, cool, positive person. I don't like being irritated. I don't like being rude. I don't like any of that. So I knew that could not be for me. Like, I'm like, okay. So April came. I'm like, let me start OMAD, because at least I can have 1 meal a day. 1 meal a day I can have, so that at least, like, I won't be so mean on all day fasting. Like, I'll get better. Like, I'll improve. I want to be in a good mood. Like, that's the thing, because I knew that all this stuff I was doing was not sustainable. I just could not. And I'm going to lower my sodium. So I was like, I'm going to lower my sodium. I'm going to stick to the plant-based diet. And I'm just going to do 1 meal a day. But I was not dropping no weight. 0. Like, I was just stagnant at 397. Mind you, I started this journey at 431. Now I'm at 397 and I'm not going nowhere. And I'm like, I have so much weight to lose that this doesn't make sense that I haven't dropped no weight in a month doing OMAD. So, let me see. Now that was April, we're in May. We were in May. And I'm hearing about sugar fasting. No, sugar diet. But then when I heard about sugar diet, it switched to fasting. I think the sugar diet had already ran its course and it had jumped on to sugar fasting. And that's when I hooked up with Cole and we started working together for sugar fasting. And it was like more days in a row, more days in a row, more days in a row. So it was working, but I was still thinking in a fasted mind state. So I'm fasting. I'm only having 1 meal a day, which was juice or a smoothie. And so it's like, no, drop that. Don't do that. You need to literally get your metabolism revved up, because that's the problem. Have the smoothies and the juices and stuff throughout the day, and vegetables. Cans of, tomatoes or mushrooms or whatever was suggested. But I'm like, okay, I'm not about to do cans because it has lots of sodium and I know me, so I just started making fresh vegetables. Then it changed to hit the hard-hitting sugar, quit being scared of sugar. So I'm like, okay. I'm kind of scared of sugar because, I'm like, sugar fasting, sugar diet. I mean, we already doing fruits and we already doing juices and smoothies. Now we just going to do sugar. So I actually purchased sugar, which I had not done in years. Purchased sugar, which I had not done in years. Maple syrup. And I started pounding it. I dropped 5 pounds in 2 days. Then it got changed. No more hard-hitting sugar. We're not doing that. Just stick to the fruits, the juices, and the smoothies more days in a row. So I'm like, okay, let up on the sugar then. Let up on the sugar. I did that. So then I'm like, okay, I'm not really dropping weight like I was, but it's okay. Whatever. Women have hormones. It is what it is. Now, I'm like, okay, but I'm still not seeing a result. Drop the vegetables. Okay, so we didn't drop the hard-hitting sugar. We didn't drop the vegetables. Now we just having fruit, smoothies, and juices. Okay, did that. But I found that it lasted for a good month, and then I was eating other food. Like, I went to my friend's house, had a hamburger. I'm like, okay, had a hamburger and hot dog off the bun. I went there that weekend. But mind you, I had already been a month into this sugar fasting thing. I had already been a month in. And I was like, man, but I want something savory, and that's what I use the vegetables for. So I went to my friend's house. They had a barbecue. Initially, I had brought my own salad, like fruit salad and stuff. But then I was like, man, forget it. I'm about to eat. Ate. Next day, I'm like, okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea because my weight had went up or whatever. So then I'm like, let me see what I can do. Let me get back on the sugar fasting. But then my kid's graduation came up. And we ate for like Mexican food one day, and then it was Japanese food the next day. So then my weight was like still stagnant. I'm like, okay, let me get back on sugar fasting. But then I was like, I'm not seeing a result with this sugar fasting. Not as quickly as I thought. Because people will bring up to me, you haven't really lost no weight like in the past few weeks. Like, you've been just kind of teeter-tottering within the same weight. That's when I was like, okay. So it was like, okay, you know what? just, you're been fasting for almost from January till now. You having sugar and stuff like that, and juices and fruit smoothie. So just go ahead and start hitting the salt, potassium, sodium, which I didn't know about the potassium until after I had already been hitting sodium. So I went back up even more. So I was like, you know what? Sugar fasting ain't for me. Nope. I tried it. I gave it over a month. I'm done with it. Like, sugar fasting is just not it. It's funny because I was watching Zach S. and I was watching Skinny on Carbs and Durian and all these other people, Mark Bill, everybody, and they eating actual food in the night. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, well, how come I can't do that? Because I mean, like, I want my vegetables back. Like, I want something hot in the night, or at least some part of the day. So then it was like, okay, just go ahead and add some starches. I'm like, okay, cool. So I have some starches. But it was like, added the starches during the time I was already super swollen from salt. So nothing was really seeming to be working, bruh. Like, at all. Nothing was working. So then it's like, okay, trash it all. We're just going to have you do starches and lean meat and just keep your fat in 10. Now, mind you, I had already said on previous videos that Zach has mentioned 10 grams of fat max a day to lose weight, and 50 to 60 grams of protein max to lose weight. So you still could have protein and some fat, but you had to make sure that there was a limit to it, which makes sense, right? Skeletonated City even had different tiers, and tier 2 made more sense to me. Tier 2, you know what I'm saying, where you could have some starches and some meat. So I was like, that's the sugar diet. Like, there was sugar fasting, which was extreme, and that really should not be for a long period of time, even though it was said that fat people could do it forever, because they didn't have, no reason to eat protein or fat at all because they already fat. And that smaller people, I think, were starting to do that, and they were losing muscle. So I think that was kind of the issue. Smaller people started doing that more days in a row thing with the sugar fasting, and we're finding they were losing muscle. So now it's like, trash everything, scrap everything, we ain't doing none of that, or whatever. But the thing is, the sugar diet is what worked. And that worked for anybody. Fat, not that fat, skinny, whatever. Like, that worked for everybody. Whether you were plant-based, whether you ate meat, or whatever. Having some protein was cool. Having a little bit of fat was cool. Having a hot meal was cool. You still could lose the weight. That was the sugar diet. That is the sugar diet. I never went wild with candy or soda, so you've never seen that on my page. Even when I did buy sugar, I bought clean sources and organic sources of sugar. I may have tried candy once, and I still found a cleaner version of candy. And I also had soda, and I found cleaner versions of soda. Because I did not want dyes. I didn't want seed oils. I didn't want all that junk, because that was the whole point. Like, I want a sustainable diet I can do long term without all that chemicals and all that junk. So I've been on the sugar diet, y'all, and it's been working well, really well. But my mental health has improved drastically. Now, my mental health on this journey varied, to be completely honest. I let the scale kind of control my day, and if it was down, I'm feeling amazing. If it was up, I'm feeling like trash, right? If I was thinking something was working and then all of a sudden it got changed abruptly, and I would be like irritated. I would get confused about things, because like, okay, if this was working, why is it changing? If this isn't working, why am I still doing it? It was a lot of that throughout this sugar fasting thing. Before that, like the extended fasting, I just felt very, like, my mental health was all over the place. Like, I felt like I would be fasting for so many days, and then once I even started eating, and mind you, I wasn't even eating crazy foods, I was eating plant-based, I would gain weight back. And so that cycle was just like triggering, very triggering. So it's like, when you're stressed out, when you're depressed, when you're sad, when you're annoyed, irritated, agitated, like all of that stuff triggers hormones in your body that will definitely affect your weight loss journey. So I'm having to learn to pretty much let go of things that are triggering. And if that's the scale, I'm going to let it go. If that's people, I'm going to let them go. Like, I have to just learn that I need to focus on the journey. What's working on the journey, keep it. What's not working on the journey, drop it. Because I'm in this for the long haul, but I don't want it to take forever, and I don't want the weight to come back ever again. Like I said, when I saw those photos yesterday, it made me realize that I allowed my mental health to ruin my progress in the past. And I am not going to let that happen this time. So I feel like just making sure that I do what's best for me, doing what works for me, tweaking things as I go, that's best for me. I've been the happiest I've ever been on the sugar diet. And I'm thinking back to other diets that I've been on and other, like, because I was just felt like I was yo-yo dieting all the time. But like, this is the one that I feel I have the most flexibility in. I can have fruit. I can have juice. I can have meat. I can have vegetables. I can have starch. I mean, like, it's not a limiting or restrictive diet other than the fat. And fat is not really necessary. Like, added fat is not necessary. I don't need to spray everything with olive oil and avocado oil and cook everything with butter. Like, all of that is unnecessary. The fat in the food is alone fine. The fat that's already there in the food, okay. But all that added stuff that I was doing before, it's not necessary. I don't need it. So, and just really coming to terms with, this is a journey. This is not an overnight process. I'm not going to drop all this weight by tomorrow. And that's okay, because it's the journey that you have to focus on. It's the process that you have to work on and can be concerned about. Because when you think about just the end goal, it can be annoying because you're like, why am I taking so long to get there? But you have to realize, like, it took me years to gain the weight back, but it won't even take that many years to release the weight. So mental health is super important. And I feel like my mental health on the sugar diet is amazing. And it's been the best journey thus far as sustainability and consistency. I don't feel like I need a cheat meal. I don't feel like I need to go out and have anything crazy. Like, the food noise and the binge thoughts and all that stuff has been gone. Even during the sugar fasting, it was very minimal. Like, because once I would have a meal, even when I would have a meal, like a normal meal, I wasn't like feeling I needed to eat a whole bunch of food. On those normal eating days that I had, I still was in a reasonable calorie count. I didn't go wild and crazy and binge. I haven't done that in so long. I'm so happy about it. So I feel like the sugar diet is the best diet for me and my mental sanity. And in order for me to stick to it and keep, dropping weight, and, I've made personal fitness goals, making sure I get 3,000 steps minimum a day. I've been able to stay consistent with that for a couple weeks now. Exercising 3 times a week, working on staying consistent with that. I did an exercise yesterday. Working on my sleep. My sleep has been great since I started the sugar diet. Sugar fasting, my sleep was, it was okay. It would be up and down sometimes, but the sugar diet, my sleep has been great. Even if I don't get a full 6 hours of sleep, if I get 5 hours or 4 hours, I'm still in the late 70s of my sleep, like 76, 78% of good sleep. Like, and I think that's great, and I'm pleased with it, and I'm happy with it. So for me, I just want to stick with something that works, and the sugar diet works. Sugar fasting, I feel, is a tool, and it's cool to use here and there. Like I said, during the summer, when them heat waves hit, best believe I'll be sugar fasting because I am not going to be in that kitchen cooking when it's hot. But it's not something that I'm going to do long term, but the sugar diet is what I'm doing long term. So I'm doing the sugar diet, and I like it and I love it, and it's great for my mental sanity, clarity. I can eat with my family. We can all eat the same food. Like, it's amazing. There's so many benefits to it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So all the new subscribers, thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the notification button, because I will be dropping recipes and more motivation and more results every single day. And go ahead and like this video, get in the comments, let's chat and get to know each other. And until next time, my sweet friends and family, peace.